Hello, mis amores. Hope you're doing great. And today, wow, we're starting our videos like this again. Today, I wanted to make more recipes, obviously, and I thought it would be interesting to find out or to basically remake very viral recipes from different social media platforms. We're not really gonna compare them because they're very, very different. We're just gonna rate them, honestly. And I feel like the ones that I found, which were usually the first ones that came up, are very exemplary for each platform, which I thought was very interesting. Except for maybe the first one that we're gonna make, which I wouldn't say it surprised me, but I could definitely see this having blown up or blowing up on another platform as well. We're gonna start with Instagram. This is something that I'm sure has been posted to TikTok as well. That's what I meant. We're gonna start with a 3-ingredient cornflake crack brittle. Extremely addictive and very simple. Perfect gift for your dad this Father's Day too. Okay, didn't ask, but happy Father's Day. Wait, when is Father's Day? Because this was posted 4 days ago. The 3 ingredients is it's kind of pushing it. So in the video, they definitely use more ingredients and also in the recipe. So I'm just like, yay, we love a bit of clickbait, but it's fine. Technically, you could make it using 3 ingredients. We're also gonna use a couple more. To be fair, I was only intrigued by what it looked like when that person bit into it because I don't know, is cornflake crack a thing? Because I never had it. I've never heard of it. Here's what you need. 3 cups of cornflakes, 100 grams of salted butter, you see my salt on top, half a cup of soft brown sugar, a little bit of extra salt, and then just some dark chocolate if you want to pour a little bit on top, which is what that person did in the video, and that looked more inviting to me. So clearly we have 5 ingredients, which is not 3 ingredients. I forgot that we had to bake it, but preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and then we should get started. Put your cornflakes into a heat-proof bowl. You should also line some sort of oven dish or so. We're gonna add the butter, the sugar, and the salt to a pot and place it over medium heat. We're gonna let it cook for 1 to 2 minutes, stirring, 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 until the butter is melted. We'll bring it to a simmer and let it simmer for a further 1 to 2 minutes on medium-low heat until it's glossy and the sugar has dissolved. I love making caramel. That's a joke if you guys haven't caught my video in which I try to remake popular chocolate bars. Or maybe if you keep watching this video because stay tuned. Once your sugar has dissolved, you take it off the heat and immediately toss it over your cornflakes. Mix, mix, mix. Got some on me pants. How annoying. Can that please not happen? Anyway, I guess this has been mixed enough. Onto your baking tray or dish it goes. And then we spread it out to about 1.5 centimeter thickness. I'm not sure that was enough butter and sugar, but okay. We bake it up the upper middle rack for about 10 to 15 minutes until it is very golden brown, it says, and caramelized. In the meantime, I guess you can start melting your chocolate or you can make yourself a coffee. That would be nice too, right? I love making coffee. See you later! Hey y'all, I hope you enjoy the ambience noise. It's like music to my ears. It's not like I have to film. Just keep going. Maybe do it all day, that would be great. I had my cornflake crack in there for about 14.5 minutes and I've already started melting some chocolate. I'm just gonna talk really loudly in order to hopefully drown out the noise. So, how do you like my cornflake crack? Everything is fine. This is all I have left. I was just about to say that I didn't have enough butter sugar mixture because it was already kind of falling apart, which yes, we had to like break it apart anyway, so it didn't really matter much, but that also tells me that I just didn't have enough mixture to really bind it together. These are all loose pieces now that I guess I'm now just gonna cover with chocolate, especially this one, hoping that it binds it together. You can try it on its own already without the chocolate. That just tastes like very crunchy caramel, which makes sense. It tastes a little bit like caramel popcorn now, which also makes sense considering that popcorn is made out of corn as well. Pretty nice, very, very sweet obviously, but I think that's what we are going for with this. Now let's just go in with some dark chocolate. The creator used milk chocolate, but I'm definitely not gonna use milk chocolate, especially because again, this is already so sweet. Okay, so it's been over an hour. The chocolate has set. I had to tilt it a little bit so it all slowed down, but it's fine. See, it kind of worked. I think this is gonna be nice, even nicer. The bitterness of the chocolate perfectly evens out the way too sweetness of just the cornflake crack. So this is absolutely excellent. It's so crunchy and nice to eat. This is really good. Spectacular.
Give me 14 of them right now.
And in theory, when you're not filming as well, these are very easy to make. Definitely worth it for the crack. I really love it with the dark chocolate because it balances it out nicely. Anyway, let's move on to the second recipe. Hopefully that'll go a little bit more smoothly. Hey y'all! Time for the recipe that I'm most excited about. It's from a good old friend, Pinterest. Pinterest hasn't really let me down as much as other social media platforms did when it comes to recipes. I think I found out. And this recipe just looks amazing. They just look fantastic. The cookies that we're about to make, we're gonna basically ring in fall time with a caramel drizzled apple cinnamon cookies. I don't know, apple and cinnamon just always work so well together. Combining that in something baked. The caramel drizzle, I'm not really excited about because I forgot to buy a caramel sauce, so now we're gonna have to make it ourselves and hope for the best. We're just gonna start with it. I'm actually gonna make a salted caramel sauce just for some extra je ne sais quoi, I think you say it. And so here's what you need for it. 130 grams of unsalted butter, 200 grams of brown sugar. I've never really made it with brown sugar, but I guess it makes sense because brown sugar already has a sort of caramelly taste to it. 60 milliliters of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm gonna concentrate. I really want to get this right, so here's my reading voice while you look at what I'm doing. Place the butter in a saucepan and melt over medium-low heat. Add the brown sugar and milk and turn heat to medium. Stir constantly until the mixture boils. Boil for 2 minutes. Remove from the heat and stir in vanilla and the salt. Once it cools a bit, you can add more salt to taste. And that's it. Pour it into a jar. Let cool slightly before using. Cover, store in refrigerator if not using the day it's made. I mean, that worked well. It's obviously still very liquid, but it's also still very hot. It will become, hopefully, thicker once it cools down. No, but tastes good. Not very salty, but the cookie recipe doesn't really ask for salted caramel anyway, so it's probably for the best. Watch the glass break. Maybe I should have waited a little while longer. It is now cooling down in the fridge, but now we can make the cookies because the caramel sauce is just for on top. I'm really excited for these. Basically, we will have an apple mixture and we will have the actual cookie dough. So I'll tell you what you need for the apple mixture first, which is just 200 grams of cubed apples. This is the Granny Smith kind. 30 grams of brown sugar and zimt. 1/4 of a teaspoon, but I'm probably gonna add more. We're basically gonna cook these 3 ingredients over medium heat for about 5 minutes until they're just softened. And then we will let them cool. I think it's gonna smell great in this apartment. And I think there are a few things in life that I love more about home than a good smell, which obviously with cats is a little bit difficult. So I really appreciate when I cook something like that and it fills up the entire room. Oh my god, it's like above 30 degrees outside, but just the smell, I don't know, it feels like fall. I'm about to cry. It's crazy that it's almost fall. Eyes are burning. Another year over, new one just begun. One thing I can do is I can always force myself to cry, but never when I actually feel like crying. But like when I like pretend to want to cry, like I just did, tears immediately. The apples can just do their thing over there. I will just stir them occasionally, and in the meantime I will tell you guys what you need for the cookie dough. Starting with 190 degrees or grams, whatever you prefer, of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 113 grams of butter, 110 grams of brown sugar, 50 grams of white sugar, 1 large room temperature egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt, of course. We can already whisk together the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. And by whisking, I obviously mean using this half teaspoon to stir it all together. Damn, it's 33 degrees outside. Fuck fall then, I guess. I'm actually gonna place the apples in the fridge and I'm gonna soften the butter. Okay, my butter got a little bit too soft. I also had it in the fridge again. We're gonna cream together the butter, the sugars, basically only consists of sugar, and the vanilla. I'm not entirely sure what cream together means, but I'm just gonna then mix in the egg. Now we can add the flour mixture. It says gently fold in, so I guess we're gonna go for the gentle fold. That's very soft. It says to then maybe place it in the fridge for a little while, but my patience, guys, it's telling me no. Fold in the apple mixture in 2 stages, making sure not to include any excess liquid. I think, yes, my cookie dough is soft, but I think it's not much softer than any of the other cookie doughs I've made, like a little bit. Not gonna lie. Now preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. Line the baking sheets and then we can scoop our cookies. And then it says to bake them until they're golden and brown at the edges. It doesn't say a time. Well, I think I might go for like 8 to 10 minutes, but damn. Is this too small? They might be a little softer than usual, but it makes it way easier to scoop them. Okay, I see you once they have cooled. Hi guys. Our cookies are hopefully done. I left them in there for about 15 minutes because they turned quite dark. I'm not sure now that if they're really cooked, but I think they're definitely cooked enough. They're just very gooey. You do want your cookies to be gooey, right? Now let's just finish them off with a drizzle of our caramel sauce. Our sauce is definitely not as liquid anymore. It doesn't look that pretty. I think I'm gonna leave some of them without any. As it turns out, you can definitely put more apple in there because some of them are just very doughy and not very apple-y, which is what I thought we were going for. Our caramel sauce doesn't look very pretty, but I hope it'll taste good at least. Come on, Pinterest, don't disappoint. That's so nice with the apple. It really is giving fall or winter. They're really, really nice. Sitting in front of a fireplace, even though this entire room feels like a fireplace just now. No, they honestly taste heavenly. If you've got store-bought caramel sauce at home, maybe you can try it, but I really don't think the sauce is necessary. The cinnamony apples are the star of the show, so you don't really need the caramel. Thank you, Pinterest. These are a 10 out of 10. They're probably one of the best cookies I've ever made again. But apple and cinnamon is just a combination that you can always get me with. I'm sold. But now I've had so much sweet stuff that I really need something savory. And luckily, we move on to recipe number 3 now. Hello! Of course, we can't make a video like this one without moving over to TikTok, right? TikTok, I feel like, has the craziest recipes. Not that we're going very crazy with this one, but if there are crazy recipes, then you'll probably find them on TikTok. This time, we're gonna recreate one of Logan's creation. Cucumbers seem to be his life. His videos, especially now, I think, are going crazy viral on TikTok. And that's just crazy because he makes cucumber salad in like different ways. The most famous one is probably one using salmon as well, which is not the one we're going for obvious reasons. The video that we're gonna recreate also has a lot of views. I mean, it does have almost 2 million likes. Yeah, we're gonna recreate a very simple, also, cucumber salad. Let's kick things off with a cucumber, of course. He like half peeled his one. The peel is, or skin or whatever, that's like the best part of any cucumber, no? That's kind of what he did. So he has a julienne or Madeline or mandolin or whatever it's called. But I'm just quickly gonna cut it myself, the cucumber. His slices also weren't too thin. Place it in a plastic container. Grate 1 clove of garlic into it. Some soy sauce. We just gotta eyeball this. Eyeball some sesame oil. A little bit of sugar. MSG, obviously, he says. Oh, and then one more thing that I thought I'd put onto my grocery list, but apparently haven't. It's an hour later. We can finally continue. I realized I forgot to put chili crisp on my grocery list, so I just had to make it myself. We add a little bit of our chili crisp to it as well. Then we close our container and we can finally shake it and mix it. We can try it now. Technically, if you have all of the ingredients at home, this is like a 2-minute job, maybe 4. I must say his recipes with salmon are a little bit more exciting than this one, but I'm sure and hope that this will taste great. Cheersies. Yum. A cucumber salad is so nice. Wow, so good. I could eat this entire thing up now. This is a really great cucumber salad. I've made cucumber salad before and they weren't really better or worse, but this is a great version of it. Listen, I can understand why you made cucumber his brand. It might just be the MSG in there that makes it taste very great. But I must say that all of the recipes today were really great. If we had to find a loser, it's definitely the Instagram one, but I guess I haven't chosen the best recipe off of Instagram, I'm sure. I'm gonna enjoy the apple cookies and I hope you enjoyed this video and will enjoy all of the things when you actually make them yourself. I think I'll keep comparing the social media platforms, but until I do that, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Y entonces, nos vemos la próxima vez. Y bye bye.